I'm gonna do three things today for live. So I'm gonna talk about the best rappers of all time bracket. I'm gonna talk about my favorite rock bands, and I'm gonna talk about the best albums of the decade. But first off, we're gonna do this list, the best rappers of all time bracket. Now, some may not be on the list, um, and I was just going through this off of the bracket fights, and I figured this might be a fun topic to talk about, man. So, for anybody who's watching and going along with me, we're gonna go and start from this list. Now, I don't know how many this is. This might be like around 48. I could be mistake. I could be, but but yeah, we're just gonna go and start from the top. So first matchup we have in this list is Young Jeezy versus Gucci Mane. So um, both artists, I've listened to extensively for a while, for a long time. Jeezy was the first Thug Motivation project that I got my hands on, and then Gucci Mane was just was probably. Oh, let me go back. Uh, all right. So yeah, the first album I remember listening to Gucci was the Trap House Project, but Money Don't Matter. Then of course later on, like the East Atlanta Santa sound from from the later albums. My favorite one probably was the State versus Roderick Davis project. That was dope, man. That was really cold. Uh, and Trap House was really was one of my favorite songs as well. That joint was really hard. He came in there spitting aggressively, but to me, I'm gonna end up going in this round. I'm gonna give it to Jeezy in this one because I just remember hearing the Recession projects. After that, after the first Thug Motivation, then part two, and then of course the Recession. That was just all of what that needed to be said. Dope Boys Going Crazy with him and Jay was really hard. Put On for My City. Like I just remember playing these projects like extensively on repeat more than Gucci's. Not just the Gucci, but yeah, man, I gotta go with that. Um, Meek Mill versus 2 Chainz. This is pretty easy for me. I'm gonna go with 2 Chainz on that one, man. That was pretty easy. Like 2 Chainz was just absolutely on fire with that Atlanta sound as well, man. Titty Boy, you know, him and Ludacris really was there for a while, for years. So he really put it on for the sound. Um, Favorite was based on a true story. Obviously, that joint was really sick, man. Fabulous versus Cameron. Now this is pretty difficult because Concessions of Fire by Cameron was absolutely amazing. Was absolutely sick. But Fab's soul mixtapes, and of course what he did with Cuffing Season, that song was amazing right there, man. Um, this is pretty difficult, man. What I'm thinking about really, what he did with Collab with Neil, Make You Better. Okay, Got Her Wrong with the last verse on Got Her Wrong. He really killed that. He really killed that verse. Cameron has some amazing stuff, but for me, I'm a slightly go with Fab on this one. Slightly, but it was a little bit tougher. Nelly versus Fat Joe. Oh, this is pretty simple for me. I'm gonna go with Nelly on that one. I don't even have to explain. I mean, I replay so many Nelly songs. It's not even funny. You know, Ride with Me, Dilemma, Air Force Ones. The list goes on and on and on, man. I replay so many Nelly records. It's not even funny. Now, Big Crit versus J. Cole. Now, this was pretty challenging to me because I love both of these guys for two totally different reasons, man. I think Big Crit is much of a better producer to me than J. Cole. I think Big Crit's earlier projects, like Forever and a Day and Return to Forever, was very, very slept on, very underrated. Um, and definitely should get the love and credit that it's just due. The vent was dope. Really enjoyed that. Um, I'm forgetting that track with him, Bun B, and T.I. Forgetting that, John. I cannot remember what that track was called. Oh, and of course, I love his other album that he did, Forever's a Mighty Long Time. That was probably my favorite album for him that came out in 2017. Big Bang, Confetti, like them tracks was sick, man. 1999 with Lloyd, that track was incredible. But to me, I'm gonna go with J. Cole in this one because he has not only one of my favorite mixtapes of all time with Friday Night Lights, he has one of the best albums of the decade in the 2010s with 2014 Forest Hills Drive. So that is why I'm taking J. Cole in this one. But it was a pretty tough matchup, man. It was kind of really difficult to really go back and forth. It could go either way. It's no right or wrong answer. I wouldn't have been mad if anybody would have chose Cole, but I mean chose Big Crit. Excuse me. I wouldn't have been mad at anybody if anybody would have chose Big Crit. But I'm up just personally go with Cole because he's just had probably one of my top favorite mixtapes and favorite albums of the early 2010s decade, man. So yeah, go with that. So Danny Brown versus LP. Whew, man. Two of my favorite underground acts, man. Oh man, going spearheaded right here. Whew. I know a lot of Run the Jewels fans gonna kill me for this one. I know a lot of LP fanatics is probably gonna kill me for this one, man. Underground indie heads, nerd fans gonna kill me for this one. Oh man. This is pretty tough. Cancer for Cure. Sheesh. Man, that album was sick, man. That Cancer for Cure that LP had was sick. Oh man. But for me, for what Danny Brown did with 30, Triple XX, and what he did with Atrocity Exhibition, then what he did with him and JPEG Mafia with Scaring the Hoes, I'm going with Danny Brown on this one. But damn, that was tough, bro. That was pretty tough right there, man. Go with Danny Brown. ASAP Ferg versus Nicki Minaj. It's not the best matchups because I don't really relatively listen to either one per se, but I do think Nicki Minaj is the better rapper out of this than ASAP Ferg. 50 Cent versus DMX. Relatively speaking, although before X passed, I've been recently listening to X, but if I gotta go all time, I might have to go slightly with 50 on this one. Slightly. Very, very slightly. Very, very slightly. But that was tough. I'm gonna have to go with 50 very, very slightly on that one. But I do enjoy, but don't get it twisted, I do enjoy DMX's earlier projects, man. Classics. From Stark as Hell is Hot, Flesh of My Flesh, Blood of My Blood, man. That joint was sick. But Get Rich or Die Trying is like probably, in my opinion, top 25 greatest rap albums of all time. And so is This Dark as Hell is Hot, don't get me wrong, but I've been listening to Get Rich more, to me. Of course, when you got songs like Wanksta, Many Men, like them joints is sick, man. Everybody knows In the Club that joint is always hard. But Many Men, that joint is absolutely a banger. Um, 21 Questions is a banger as well. Nate Dogg, rest in peace to Nate Dogg with his voice on there. Crazy. MJG versus Busy Bone. I'm going MJG. That was not even tough for me. Bun B versus Corrupt. I'm going to go with Corrupt on this one. Easy E versus Dre. I'm going with Easy E. Easy mother effing E right there. Queen Latifah versus Common. I'm going to go with Common. ODB versus Bushwick Bill. I'm going with ODB. Ice Cube versus Killer Mike. Whew. Shit. That's a tough matchup right there. Two rappers that I really dope and I really enjoy for two different reasons. Legends. Let's slightly go with Cube on this one. Because he's the originator of what the sound that Killer Mike is going for, which is that, more soulful, but at the same time more old school bangers. Cube just has it slightly. And then, of course, Cube has like another one of my top all-time greatest albums, and not even America's Most Wanted, but Death Certificate. That's probably my favorite Cube album, and I don't really think anybody's gonna beat that, especially at that time. Inspectah Deck versus Sean Price. Easy. I'm going with Sean P, bro. That's easy right there, man. Rest in peace to Sean Price. Lupe Fiasco versus. Oh man. Whew. God damn. Another tough matchup right here, bro. Another two legendary lyrical slaughter MCs right here, man. Oh my goodness. That is a difficult matchup right here. My goodness. You got Elzhi, who pretty much who's crafted, of course, what he did with Slum Village. Cannot forget that with him and Jay Dilla. With the preface, what he did redoing the imagery of what he did with Nas and Illmatic with his own Detroit version, Illmatic with Detroit State of Mind. But in this case, Lupe has made some of the best songs, the best albums out of the bunch, out of the two. So I'm gonna go with Lupe because of what he did with Food and Liquor and The Cool. Just that alone, and not only having an amazing catalog, but god damn, he had an amazing freaking catalog afterwards. Of course, with Drogas Waves, Tetsuo and Youth, Drill Music at Zion, and then of course what he did with Samurai last year. Lupe's catalog is like on point. Lord Finesse versus Large Professor. I'm going with Lord Finesse. Nori versus Lil Kim. I'm going with Lil Kim. That's a easy choice right there. Rakim versus Big Daddy Kane. That is easily Rakim. Don't diss the Big Daddy Kane, because Long Live the Kane was definitely that. But I think the problem with Big Daddy Kane is after that project he made, it's a Big Daddy thing. He just made too many songs that just simply was for the ladies, and his sound and just the overall like production, all of that stuff changed with him, and he conformed with the sound, and his flow he said it himself, kind of stayed the same. Whereas Rakim was adapting and helped revolutionize the monotone, slow down tempo of MCing. So I'm going with Rakim. Big L versus Big Pun. I'm going with Big L. Matter of fact, nah, scratch that. No, we moving that. I'm going with Big Pun on this one. Yeah, I'm going with Big Pun. DMC versus Slick Rick. That is Slick Rick. I ain't even got to really think about that. Of course, one of the greatest if not the greatest storyteller of all time, and if not the greatest storytelling song with children's story. I mean, come on now, Mona Lisa, Lottie Dottie, come on now, Slick Rick, easily. Devin the Dude versus Snoop Dogg. This might be my first upset. I'm going with Devin the Dude on this one. Maybe my first upset. Devin the Dude, Southern Dude, bro, kills it. Warren G versus CeeLo Green. I'm going with Warren G. Okay, let's go with Warren G on that one. How about that, guys? Hold on. All right. We have Andre 3000 versus Lauryn Hill. Andre 3000 pretty much did his thing with Outkast and did the Flute album. Lauryn Hill her catalog is not really that strong. What she did with, of course, the Fugees with the score, and then of course Men's Education of Lauryn Hill was just amazing. And she is an amazing female artist, but her catalog is not deep enough for me. And Andre 3000, although he don't have particularly a solo album, what he did with Outkast is good enough for me to put him over. And plus, his lyricism is just out of this world. If you listen to the Walk It Out remix, bruh, that guy was sick. Raz Kass versus Royce da 5'9". Raz Kass, that's West Coast right there, man. Denzel Curry versus Remy Ma. Might be an upset to y'all, but not for me. I'm going with Denzel Curry on that one. Redman versus Exhibit. I am going with Reggie Noble, Redman. And Method Man versus Raw Digger. I'm going with Meth. One of the first rappers I've listened to as a kid growing up. And then we got Pharoah Monch versus Raekwon. Pharoah Monch. Easily Pharoah Monch. No diss to Ray, but Raekwon only built for Cuban Links, but Pharoah Monch was with Organized Confusion, for peace sake, bro. Come on now. Stress. Come on now. We talk about Eternal Affairs, Pharoah Monch. Come on now. Stop. No. Anyway, Prodigy versus GZA. We're going with Banana Clip P. No diss to GZA, but we're going Banana Clip P. Jay-Z versus Kanye. We're going with Jay. And Nas versus MF Doom. As much as I love Doom, he ain't over Nas. All right, so that being said, we're going to go back up here. So we are in the second round of the bracket. So Jeezy versus 2 Chainz. We are going with Jeezy on this one. We're going with Jeezy on that one. Fab versus Nelly. We're going with Fab on that one. Danny Brown versus J. Cole. We're going with Danny Brown. Easily, I'm going with Danny Brown because although I love Cole, I don't listen to Cole as much as Danny Brown. Like, this dude is very experimental with his voice, plays with different styles, cadences, tones, everything out the 9 yards. It's so different, vastly different with Brown. Especially if you listen to Atrocity Exhibition, that is some of his best work he's ever done. And better than what Cole's done in recent memory. And not only the production for himself is better. To me, I just feel like Brown really, content-wise, was on next level right there. You got Nicki Minaj versus 50 Cent. We're going with 50 Cent on that one. I don't have to really think about that. I just think 50 Cent not only is the better rapper, but I just think I listen to his music way more than I listen to Nicki Minaj. So, Corrupt versus MJG. We're going with Corrupt. A BG knocked down the minute, now back up. Yeah, anyway. And BG knocked out with everything down with him. Common versus Eazy-E. We're going with Common on that one. Cube versus ODB. We're going with Cube. And Sean Price versus Lupe Fiasco. Now, this right here. And to the matchup of the right side of the bracket. This is the toughest one out of this bunch. Which one do I listen to more? Listen to Ania Helter Skelter, or do I listen to Food, the Liquor, and the Cool, or the Cool? Rest in peace to Sean Price, but I listen to Lupe more. Sorry. Lord Finesse versus Lil Kim. Mm. Probably might go. Nah. I'm gonna go with Lord Finesse. I'm gonna go with Finesse on that one. Rakim versus Big Pun. Going with Rakim. You can never go against the God MC. Slick Rick versus Devin the Dude. We going with Slick Rick. I don't have to think about that one. And Warren G versus Warren G versus Andre 3000. I am going with Andre 3000. And then we have Raz Kass versus Denzel Curry. That's easily Raz Kass. Although Denzel Curry's career trajectory has going vastly up everything, I gotta go with Raz Kass because, come on, man, Soul on Ice, Nature of Threat, Sushi, man, the list, How to Kill God, like, no. Enough said with those songs. Enough said, bro. Enough said. Humble Pie, like, and of course what he did with H2O, with Pharoah Monch. Come on now, Raz Kass. No, come on now. It's Raz Kass. Redman versus Meth. I'm going with Reggie Noble on that one. Listen to Meth as a kid, but I'm sorry. Redman is just bars heavy. Headbanger is like one of my favorite Redman songs of all time. That right there is sick right there. Prodigy versus Pharoah Monch. We going with Pharoah Monch. Love your Banana Clip P, but not over Pharoah Monch, bro. That is a no-go right there. Now Jay versus Nas, two of the all-time greatest of all time right there. There really is no right or wrong answer on this one. There really isn't. And I wish this wasn't the second round of the match, but I wish this probably was the finals. I really wish this was the finals. Shoot. Oh, man. Which one I'm going with? See, Jay, you have Reasonable Doubt. You have Regrets. You have Can't Knock the Hustle. Politics as Usual. Feeling It. And then you got Where I'm From. 1,000,001 Questions. Then you got, some people hating. The Ruler's Back. H to the Izzo. Dirt Off Your Shoulder. But then with Nas, you got New York State of Mind. You got One Love. You got Represent. It Ain't Hard to Tell. And all I think about is the message, and I gave you power. And to me, that is enough to put Nas over Jay. Now, anybody, it's really no right or wrong answer. Any day of the week, if you asked me, I probably would have said, give you the other question. But for now, I'm going with Nas. But anybody would have asked me differently, I probably would have said different. But for now, I'm going to go with Nas. So let's get back up to the top of the bracket. So we have 50 Cent versus, oh no, excuse me, not that. My fault. Jeezy versus Fab. I'm going with Jeezy on this one. I've listened to Jeezy a lot more in recent times, so I'm going with Jeezy on that one. What the hell? What the hell going on? Okay. Okay, what the hell is going on? Okay. Alright, going with Jeezy on that one. Danny Brown versus 50 Cent. And this is where This is where, honestly, this is where we're gonna have to take an exit. This is where 50's gonna have to take the exit on this one. Yeah. I'm going with Danny Brown. It was a little bit stressful because I'm thinking about the first album, and I'm thinking about This Is 50 as well, the mixtape. But at the same time, I'm thinking about Triple X. I'm thinking about Try Says Bitch. I'm thinking about um, the body of work that Danny Brown has put in. Man, it was really kind of tough to decide a little bit. 25 bucks, grown up. Man, that was tough, but yeah, I think I feel confident with that pick. Corrupt versus Common. Oh, Corrupt. Make it interesting. I'm going with Corrupt. Cube versus Lupe Fiasco. I'm going with Cube. Yeah, I'm going with Cube. Lord Finesse versus Rakim. We're going with Rakim. And then we have Slick Rick versus Andre 3000. We're going with Andre 3000. Raz Kass versus Redman. We're going with Reggie Noble on that one. We're going with Redman. All right. Then we got Pharoahe Monch versus Nas. I think this is pretty clear. Although I love Pharoahe Monch and Turtle Affairs, man. The Truth, man, that's probably one of my favorite songs of all time from Pharoahe Monch. Common and Talib, bro. They killed that track. And not only they killed the track, the whole album. I mean, just my goodness. But come on. It's Nas, bro. It's Nas, bro. And that's it right there. So now we got the semifinals, I believe. All right, so we're gonna start from the top. We're gonna start with Corrupt. Oh wait, no, not that matchup. We're gonna start with Danny Brown versus Jeezy, and I think this is where Jeezy takes the big exit. It's Danny Brown. Then we got Corrupt versus Cube. I think this is where Corrupt takes the big exit, going with Cube. Then we got what was it? Rakim versus Andre 3000. And I'm skipping down too much. All right. Rakim versus Andre 3000. This may be my first upset to some. Going Andre 3000. Yes, sir. Going Andre 3000 on that one. If I didn't mention this already, Rakim versus Andre, I'm going with Andre 3000 on that one for the upset. Yes, sir. Absolutely. Haven't listened to Elevators. Haven't listened to Miss Jackson, Bombs Over Baghdad. You should know the reason why I picked Andre 3000 right there. Redman versus Nas. And that's pretty simple. I'm going with Nas. So we have is the final four, I believe. So we have is Cube versus Danny Brown, I believe. Danny Brown versus Ice Cube. And that's pretty simple. Going with Cube. Then we have is Andre 3000 versus Nas. And that's easy. We're going with Nas. And overall, let's see. Okay. My fault. What is going on with this dang thing? Alright. So we have Q. What the hell? All right. Oh, my fault. My bad. I don't know what the hell is going on with this matchup. Okay. All right. So we have the finals. We have is oops. We have Nas. Yeah, we have Nas versus Ice Cube. Believe that's the matchup. All right. Yeah, we have Nas versus Ice Cube, and that is the last matchup of who wins that round. Sorry about that, guys. I'm trying to get everything straightened out with that. All right, so Nas versus Cube. Who do I think is the match? Who do I think is the winner for this one? And I've been going back and forth on this one. So it's only the only question is which one is, in my opinion, out of these two. I am gonna go with dang. Dang. Mm. Hmm. Going Nas on that one. Yes, sir. And that. All right, so I'm going with Nas for that side of the bracket. Yes. Now let's get into the other side of this bracket. Sorry about that, guys. So yeah, let's get to the other side of this bracket. So Nas wins the whole left side of the bracket. Now let's get to the top of this one. Sorry about that, guys. All right. So we have is Chief Keef versus Young Thug. Oh man, I'm going with Keef. I think Keef is just overall has better projects, better mixtapes. I'm going with Keef. Quavo versus Offset. I'm going with Offset. T.I. versus Wayne. Oh man, my goodness, that is a tough one. So Little Wayne fans may get mad at me for this, but I'm sorry, bro. T.I. was just absolutely on fire. On fire with his first 3 projects. Well, maybe not I'm Serious, but the other 2 projects from Trap Music and Urban Legend, that's enough for me. I'm going with T.I. Now, don't get me wrong. If anybody would pick Wayne, I wouldn't have been mad, but I just think those projects from him is better. Ludacris versus, are you serious? Ludacris versus Paul. You think I'm picking Paul over Ludacris? Y'all must be crazy. No, it's obviously Ludacris. Ludacris is a way better rapper than Paul Wall. Get the heck out of here. Absolutely not. The hell? Anyways, Rhapsody versus Joey Badass. Ooh, now that is a good matchup. That is a real good matchup right here. That is a real good matchup. I'm gonna go with Rhapsody on this one. Go with Rhapsody on that one. I just think Rhapsody just has more projects. I think she overall just has stuff I go back to more. Go with Rhapsody. Freddie Gibbs versus Mac Miller. Freddie Gibbs on that one. A$AP Rocky versus Tyler Creator. I think Tyler Creator overall is just a better artist, better at production. He knows how to mix and master his music. He knows how to really craft and get the artist that he wants to get on there and sound good. I'm gonna go with Tyler. Future versus Drake. I'm gonna go with Drake on that one. Crazy Bone versus 8Ball. Whew. Dang. That's a tough one right there. I'm gonna go with dang. I'll go with that is a tough one right there. I'll go with 8Ball. All I can think about is all I can think about it from that project from their first album. Um, oh dang, what is that first album called? And I cannot think of it right now. Somebody will probably let me know in the comments, in the chat room. I cannot think of that first album for some reason. Pimp C versus Too Short. Oh, that's Too Short easily right there. E40 versus Missy Elliott. I ain't gonna lie to you, I was not the biggest E40 fan at the time, because there were times where I couldn't relate. I didn't know what he was talking about. But Missy just had everything going for her. I mean, just the crazy outfits. Can't Stand the Rain. Yeah, gotta go with Missy on that one. Lady of Rage versus Lil Fame. Go with Lady of Rage. Sticky Fingers versus Billy Dance. Sticky Fingers. Busta Rhymes versus Tech Nine. No, that's easily Busta Rhymes. Come on now. His verse, not only his verses on Oh My God and Victory, but just his first album. His first album, The Coming, and then of course When Disaster Strikes, the song Dangerous was crazy. Black Thought versus RZA. Oh, that's easily Black Thought. We ain't even thinking about that. And of course, love RZA, don't get me wrong. But no, that's easily Black Thought. Havoc versus Daz Dillinger, going with Havoc. Be Real versus Big Boy, going with Big Boy. Eric Sermon versus Q-Tip, going with Q-Tip. Kool G Rap versus Scarface, I'm going with Scarface. No, don't get me wrong, Kool G Rap with the 456. And then of course Fast Life with Nas. Of course the Symphony. Them dude, he was nasty. He was raw, but I listen to Scarface just a bit more. LL Cool J versus KRS-One. We're going with KRS-One. No diss to LL, but we're going with KRS, the Blast Master. Melly Mel versus Will Smith. Never thought this would be a matchup right here. I'm gonna go with Melly Mel on that one. Quick versus MCA. I'm going with DJ Quick. I just listen to Quick a lot more. Game versus Rick Ross. I'm going with the Game. Way listen to the Game more than Rick Ross. Push D versus Jadakiss. I'm going with Jadakiss. And hold on, what the hell? Mos Def versus Talib. I'm going with Mos Def. Master Ace versus Ghostface Killah. I'm going with Ghostface. Grand Puba versus Treach. I'm going with Treach. The DLC versus MC Ren. I'm going with the DLC. Foxy Brown versus Wyclef Jean. I am going with Foxy on that one. Jim Jones versus Twista. Going with Twista. Pac versus... Oh, man. Why'd you have this matchup in the freaking first round? Why would you have this matchup in the first damn round? This don't make any sense, bro. This do not make any sense, man. Why would you have this in the first matchup? Oh, this do not make any sense. That's ridiculous. Oh, man. It's two rappers that I really like, man, a lot. Legends. Listen to both of them growing up, man. But I'm going to go with Pac. Just the energy, the raw charisma, energy, everything. I got to go with Pac. Don't get me wrong. Anybody would have chose Big. I would have not been mad at all. It's no right or wrong answer on this one, but god dang, I just hate the fact that this is the first god dang matchup. And another first matchup that I absolutely despise. What the hell is this? You got Eminem versus Kendrick Lamar. Oh, shit. This is unfair, man. This is unfreaking fair. This is unfair, man. This is really freaking unfair. This is absolutely unfair. Eminem is probably going to have to get on out of here. because I'm gonna go with Kendrick on this one, man. Kendrick, what he's doing, not even recently, but just what he did with, of course, Section 80, Good Kid, Mad City, To Pimp a Butterfly, is too much to not hold one on. Now, anyways, getting back to the top of the list. The hell? Let's get back to the top of the list. All right. So, Chief Keef, and I think that's Offset. We're going with Keef. Ludacris versus T.I. Go with T.I. on this one. Go with T.I. on this one. Might be a little bit of a sleeper. I think that's Rhapsody versus Freddie Gibbs. Going Freddie Gibbs on that one. Tyler versus Drake, easily. I'm going with Tyler, the Creator, on that one. That's not even a question on that. That's not even a question on that. All right. 8 Ball versus Too Short. Going 8 Ball. Missy versus Lady of Rage. I'm going with Missy Elliott on that. Sticky Fingers versus Busta Rhymes. I'm going with Busta Rhymes. Black Thought versus Havoc. I'm going with Tariq. I'm going with Black Thought. There ain't no questions about that. Big Boy versus Q-Tip. I'm going with the upset. I'm gonna go with Big Boy on that one. Scarface versus KRS-One. As much as I love Scarface, he ain't better than the Blast Master. Going with KRS. Quick versus MC8. We're going with DJ Quick. Yeah, we're going with DJ Quick on that one. The hell? All right. Oh, shoot. Come on now, you son of a buck. Game versus Jadakiss. I'm going with Game. Very underrated. Very underrated. Does not get the love and the credit he deserves. Mos Def versus Ghostface. As much as I love what Mos does, Mos Def is just slick with it. Absolutely slick with it. But it's Ghostface. Like, for what Ghostface did with not even Iron Man, what he did on Nutmeg, on Supreme Clientele, that cannot be undone. DOC versus Tretch, that's DOC. Foxy Brown versus Twista, that's Twista. And, oh, God, man. Pac versus Kendrick Lamar. Oh, shit. Man, Kendrick Lamar fans gonna get pissed off at me. But Pac is just, you cannot beat Pac, bro. I'm sorry. You just can't do it. And just for that, we're gonna do the matchup easily. To get Pac in there, we're gonna do Pac, and we're gonna have him go further. So Pac versus Twista, easily going with Pac. So we're gonna get that out the way. DOC, we're gonna start a little bit from the bottom and work our way up. DOC versus Ghostface, we're gonna get this out the way. DOC, you made it far, but not over Ghostface. Game versus DJ Quick. I'm going with DJ Quick. And KRS versus Big Boy. I'm going with KRS. We have Black Thought versus Busta Rhymes. I am going with Busta Rhymes. And Missy versus 8 Ball. I am going with 8 Ball on that. Oh, come on, you son of a gun. All right. And then we got Tyler versus Freddie Gibbs. I'm going with Freddie Gibbs. And we have T.I. versus, Keith. Oh, easily I'm going with T.I. on that one. That's not even a thought right there. Easily going with T.I. over Keith. T.I. versus Freddie Gibbs. I believe I'm gonna go with T.I. on that one. Yeah. I'm gonna go with T.I. on that one. Alright. So what the heck is wrong with this dang bracket? Alright. So T.I. moves on over Freddie Gibbs. 8Ball versus Busta Rhymes. We're going with Busta Rhymes. All right, and then let me see. Who else is in this matchup? Black Thought versus KRS. Hold on a minute. I think that's Black Thought versus KRS. I think I'm going with KRS. And hold on, let me get to the point down here. Jesus Christ. All right, so we got The Game versus. Hold on. The Game versus Ghostface. Oh wait, is that The Game versus Ghostface? Oh, my fault. No, my fault. We had. Hold on. So we had KRS versus whatchamacallit versus Big Boy, I believe. Yeah, that was Big Boy. I'll go with KRS. Alright, so now we had Quick versus oh, my fault. It was Quick versus who? Okay, my fault. Yeah, that was me. I made a mistake on that. Alright. So Ghostface versus Tupac. And there is no way I'm letting anybody escape over Tupac on this one. Alright, hold on. Let me get to that. So that's easily going to Pac. Okay. So now, let's get to the other side. So now we have Pac versus KRS, and we have Busta Rhymes versus T.I. So my choice is easy. We're going with Busta Rhymes over T.I. And we have KRS versus Pac. Man, I hate that would be a semifinals, man. But that's going to Pac. Alright, so now we have Pac, everybody. Tupac versus Busta Rhymes. And which one, it's not even about which one I listen to more, which one I think is just overall better. And to me, that is going to go to Mr. Tupac Amaru Shakur. So, we have in the finals. So, we have Tupac versus Nas. Which one do I think is the better rapper? Which one do I think is the GOAT? And it's funny. We got to this point. Two of my favorite rappers of all time. Two of the GOATs. Man. Crazy, wild matchups. And we got to this point. And we're down to the nitty and gritty. Man. All-time favorite songs. Can't See Me. How Do You Want It? Trap. Brenda's Got a Baby. Toss It Up. Two of America's Most Wanted. Wanted, Dead or Alive. And then we have Nas with New York State of Mind. It Was Written. The Message. I Gave You Power. One Love. Hate Me Now. Nas is like One Mic. And the answer of the greatest rapper or the best rapper of all time is Nas. That is the answer of the greatest rapper of all time. the best rapper of all time bracket. And that is the list. That is your one, everybody. Nas over Pac. It was a tough one. This has been a lot of fun for that. So now, after we done got done with that bracket, do something a little bit quicker because my phone is about to die off. Here we go. We're just gonna do a quick ranking of the greatest artists of all time in this kind of tier list, or ranking the greatest artists, or ranking them. So anyway, we had the tier list started from don't know them, terrible, bad, meh, solid, incredible, all the way to God tier. And we got this list. So let's go quickly. We have Madonna. And I am going to go with, she is still a solid artist. Nirvana, pretty solid group. No issues with them. Mariah Carey, she is absolutely incredible of a singer. One of the all-time greatest singers of all time. Jay-Z, he's pretty solid of a rapper. I always really respected what he does. Snoop is definitely a legend. No doubt about that. And Pac, we gotta put him up there in God tier. And Biggie the same way. Gotta put them in God tier. Alright. Eminem over the years, still solid, still a legend. But his music has pretty much gone stale. NSYNC, nah, I don't really have too much on him. Beyonce is solid. The Beatles, I think you know where I'm gonna put them. I mean, they're pretty much Abbey Road pretty much transcended that genre, man. And I love what they did with the album cover. That was just incredible. I don't know who this is. I don't know that. Kanye, man, I don't really have no opinion on him. Pink, really do enjoy Pink. 50 Cent, his music is still, don't get me wrong, one of the all-time greatest albums, but I think he's still a solid enough artist. I think that's Jennifer Lopez. You already know I'm going to put her at. She is absolutely atrocious. God dang, she is absolutely atrocious. Dr. Dre easily is incredible right there. Coldplay, they're pretty, oh, my fault. They're pretty solid. Oh, I think that's, did I do that right? Yeah, no, they're pretty solid. Oh, they're pretty solid. I think that's Christina Aguilera. She's pretty solid enough. My Chemical Romance, oh, they're incredible. Really enjoyed them. Same thing with Led Zeppelin. Big Time Rush. Garbage. I don't think that's maybe One Direction. Don't like them. Justin Bieber. Don't like him. Ariana Grande. She's pretty solid herself. Outkast. They're really incredible themselves. Nas. Definitely incredible right there. Soulja Boy, get them the hell out of here. Pink Floyd, really, really dope. Really, really enjoyed them. I might put them a little bit